Hello! Publicis just announced the acquisition of Liveramp for $2.5 billion. All of a sudden, identity is sexy again. Now is a good time to properly revisit what identity actually is, how it works, and what the Liveramp acquisition means for the rest of the industry. Let's dig into it. Identity is about helping brands recognize their clients and their prospects online. It's what makes advertising work because it enables marketers to serve ads to the right person and to measure the outcome of their investment. That's the core benefit. As a brand or publisher, you know your target audience, your customers, your prospects, your visitors, your subscribers. You might have data about them, their name, their phone number, but mostly their demographics, their interests, their purchase history, the structure of their household. All of that data is what you're interested in. That's what you want to use in your advertising strategy. So the first step is to connect that offline data to the online world by mapping it to digital identifiers that are present at the point of advertising. That is the role of an identity graph. The graph is going to append digital identifiers available online to your audience data. Those identifiers come in different shapes and forms. They can be third-party cookies, mobile ad IDs, IP addresses, CTV IDs, HTML, universal IDs. There's a lot of them. The metric that matters here is the enrichment rate. How much of your data will you be able to map to one or more digital IDs? The higher the enrichment rate, the more of your data can be activated in the digital world. It's important to remember that that translation is a one-way street. Done properly, you should be in the pseudonymous world of digital identity. In this world, you don't cross back and use online ID to re-identify the user. Pseudonymous IDs are designed to protect your and your customers' data. Now that your audience is mapped to digital IDs, you need to be able to find those IDs at the point of advertising when you want to show an ad to those people. For those identifiers to be useful, they need to be available in the transaction systems that are going to run advertising, your SSPs, your DSPs, your ad server. That's the first challenge. If the publisher passes an ad request with an ID that is not recognized, that is not picked up, or that is obfuscated or removed by that transaction layer, the system doesn't work. And it's a problem we've had for years. With cookies, for instance, they need to be matched between the SSP and the DSP, between the seller and the buyer. If they're not matched, the DSP doesn't recognize the user. It's also a problem when IDFAs or IP addresses are obfuscated or removed from the transaction by one of those intermediaries. So we need broad alignment in the transaction system to support those IDs that are provided in the advertising opportunity. The more platforms are able to work with the digital IDs available in the ad request, the more efficient the supply chain will be. That's an adoption challenge. The second key success factor is the availability at scale of those IDs. Digital identifiers are either provided directly by the device or added by the publishers. Third-party cookies, mobile ad IDs, IP address are all organic IDs. They come with the signal, with the HTTP request. The problem with these legacy IDs is that they are less and less available. They are limited to a single environment, so cookies are only on the web, mobile IDs only in apps. They are less and less available because they are removed either by the operating system or the device manufacturers, and they're also not very durable. IP address rotate very quickly, cookies can be deleted. That's why some companies have created universal identifiers that are not organically available by the device, but that are provided by the publisher. Liveramp has the Ramp ID, the Trade Desk has UID2, and ID5 has the ID5 ID. They're all examples of such universal IDs that are meant to be more broadly available than the legacy ID. So once you've been able to enrich your offline data with digital IDs, and to ensure that those digital IDs were available at scale and supported by your ad tech platform, you have a connection between your offline data and your online users, and you want to maximize the end-to-end match rate of that connection. That's the goal of Identity Solution. So why does it matter now? The foundation of Liveramp's value proposition is the ability to connect offline data to online IDs via the Liveramp graph and the Ramp ID. With Liveramp now belonging to Publicis, many in the industry, including obviously competing agencies, but also independent buyers, global advertisers who want to have an independent identity partner, are looking for alternatives to Liveramp. Those alternatives have to start with the identity layer, the graph and the universal ID. and they have to provide the best end-to-end match rate possible to be successful. I hope this little explainer was useful and helped clarify what identity is, how it works, what makes it efficient, and why Publicis paid $2.5 billion to acquire Liveramp.